This Cuban 8 time.
This is Laurent, and we watching Cloudy Conversations.
So what's going on? It's your girl Big T. As you can see, we're here with our guests, Cuban 8 times and Laurent. We want to thank you guys for coming through and having a conversation with us.
You already know.
So for the fans who aren't familiar with you, or people who don't know you just yet, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Cuban 8 times. I've been doing music for about 3 years, locked in. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, small town.
I'm Laurent. I've been producing for a while. Kind of do everything. I do a little bit of engineering, a little bit of producing, a little bit of making music. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey, but I moved here when I was young, and I'm here now. We've been locked in since.
Yes, sir.
So when did you guys meet each other?
I would say, bro, what was it the year of 2021, bro?
It was 2020.
2020?
Or 2020, yeah.
So pandemic, fresh in the pandemic.
Nah, it was 2021.
Was it, bro?
Yeah, it was 2021.
Yeah.
And what sparked that meeting?
Well, I'd say because we've been networking a lot, before we even met in person.
Mm-hmm.
So it was it was an opportunity for me to because I sent him a sample to see if he was going to work on something, and it was a sample from Chicago, and he ultimately made that beat. I went crazy on it.
Now with the rest is history?
Yeah, the rest is history.
The rest is history, yeah.
So what do you think it was about one another that attracted you guys to be able to work so well together off rep?
He hit me up. I was like, look, I'm about to get engineered. And
So this is before you even really started.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm about to start engineering.
Yeah, and I was over here acting like I knew what I was doing. That's the crazy thing. I was over here acting like I knew what I was doing. I was like, yeah, I'm a pro at this, but I've been doing this for you. I'm capping.
I'm fake it till you make it.
I'm capping. And he came through, and man, it was just the energy. We just chopped it up. We chopped it up, and our energies was similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started giving him beats, and the beats that he was hopping on, he was just going crazy. And I was like, dang, nah, this is crazy. There was this one beat that I sent him, and when he sent me back the song, I was just like, nah, we gotta do something. It was his idea. He was like, nah, we gotta make a collab album. I was like, bro, I'm with it 100%.
And
Sure.
we were speaking on, off camera, how rare it is to find somebody early or ever that you can actually, link up with, work with. Y'all got the same drive, same dedication. So was there trials and tribulations of y'all trying to link with other artists or people before and it didn't go right before y'all linked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel as though it was that's why I'm very solicit with who I work with, because that says a lot about my character, and I don't want to flop or not be involved too much in the scene. I need to be around people that are predators. You know what I mean?
Definitely understand that.
Right. Nah, same thing. Those just be artists I work with. They just wasn't they was just on and off. You know what I mean? They would just be on and off. Yeah, they was by the season. They was summer and winter. I was like, nah.
So you said you're from Lancaster and you were originally from Patterson, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you guys growing up?
Shit, I would say because I didn't really reside in one spot. I was constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Place to place, hotel to hotel. You know what I mean? Regular shit. But really, I think growing up, it was just me being able to see, being involved. I was listening to a lot of shit, a lot of music, a lot of artists that forms my music to what it is today.
Yeah, because one thing before you go and answer the question is, when I listen to your music, you might look at your style, but it's not just one sound or one flow. It's it was a variety of stuff, and that was surprising to me because I'm anybody assume okay, he's rage rapper, but no, it was a whole different vibe. So I'm okay, I like this type of stuff. Surprising. But for you, Laurent, how was it growing up?
My parents, they was Catholic, so I grew up in a Catholic home, and they Spanish, Dominican Spanish, so they only speak Spanish. So I do one thing wrong, they over here talking, ¿Qué tú estás diciendo? bro, they going crazy. So like it was kind of like strict, but it wasn't at the same time. And like we was in PA, but all of our family was in New Jersey. All of our family was in New Jersey or Puerto Rico, so we'd always be in New Jersey. Like every other week, we'd go to New Jersey to go see them, or like Levittown and Philly, because we got a lot of family there, and that's really how it was. And my cousin, he was like in the music scene, like heavy in Patterson. And he would always be doing beats, and I like play with this beat
and that's
stuff.
The same town, not to cut you off, Fetty Wap's from, right?
Yeah, that's where Fetty Wap from. Yeah,
I feel like I heard that before.
Yeah, that's where Fetty from. Just Blaze. I don't know if you know that.
I know Just Blaze.
Yeah,
so
Just Blaze.
Okay,
Yeah,
start naming drop him.
Yeah.
That's a good producer.
Man, he an OG.
Yeah, you know Just Blaze. You know, we talking real hip hop right now.
Yeah, real hip hop. That stuff, and like. But I wasn't growing up listening to hip hop. Like I wasn't allowed to.
You was listening to like Spanish and like religious music.
Yeah, yup. Like merengue, bachata, like Prince Royce, Aventura, like the.
I'm saying I probably know the sound if I heard it.
That's like, and so like, but my cousins, they was on the hip hop. You feel me? So every time he was playing that, I was like, I'm trying to be on that.
So you remember the first time you heard some actual hip hop shit and was like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like,
yeah. It was his music.
Oh, okay.
Like it was his music.
So give us like a time frame, like what year, so we can think about like what music was being played, like 2008.
2008.
Okay,
this is when like Soulja Boy was going crazy.
Okay.
Like,
So that's a great time. To especially as a kid, like yo.
When MySpace was this shit, like that was like nobody remember MySpace.
That's how you telling your age right now.
Yeah, like when MySpace was this shit. I'm like 7. I was born 2001, so like I was 7. Like yeah,
you was a 2000 baby.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but like all my cousins, they older.
So it's like you, so for real.
Yeah.
So what kind of kids were y'all? Like, obviously you guys moved around a lot and traveled a lot. Did that in turn make you more curious? Were you like the rebel of the family? Like, paint the picture for us.
I would say I was like, well, to me and my family, I think cause like for me, I'm want to like break that chain. You feel me? Cause there's a lot of like poverty. You feel me? Within my family, like dysfunctions.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though I'm trying to create like a way of manner to like evolve out of that chrysalis. You know what I mean? But I feel as though like growing up, me being a kid, I was just always that quiet kid, you know, observing, looking about who my friends was. You feel me? But like even my teachers would always like tell me like, oh, I feel like you gonna be somebody one day. You know, you look like that character of a person that could do something.
And that says a lot. Older people are saying that about you, younger. Like, you just got that spirit around you.
Yeah.
What about you?
I was trying to get people's attention. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
So you was a goofball?
Yeah, low key like goofball. And there was times where I was quiet, and then like it was like a mix of everything, like low key.
You was the
like,
one your mom called and they said, "Come do that little dance for us." Show us how
yeah. Cause like I was like always dancing, like listening to Chris Brown, dancing. Yeah, so like, and then like, you know what Dancer Bachata is?
Yeah, so it's
like that. So like, if you were good at it, like people would notice that. So I'd always try to be good at it. So I was like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, but then like once I started going teenage, like a couple stuff happened, the crib, you know, and then like that's when I kind of got more quiet. I kind of started getting more to myself and stuff. And, yeah.
So, at what point growing up did you guys know that you wanted to personally do music?
You want to answer that first, bro?
Yeah, I got you. I was like, I wasn't taking it serious in high school. Like I was just like messing around with it. Like I remember I had this ex-girlfriend, right? She let me borrow her laptop, and I was like, I got Ableton, and I was like messing around with it, and I was like, well, I'm gonna be a producer. And like I was just like, you know, like you just chatting,
you say shit,
you say shit, and I noticed like I started getting good at it, and I was like, and then out of high school, some stuff happened, and I was like, bro, I gotta do something with my life, cause I was like wilding. And I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. is what I'm gonna do. I like the business side of things, and I also like making music. So that's what I'm gonna do. Music is what I'm gonna do.
And did you intentionally decide to be a producer because you was more attracted to the process, or like do you feel like, 'cause you were saying again, like you're creative, you just wanted to learn how to do that because you feel like being the artist was already something you could naturally take into?
Yeah. I like producing, like the sound. It was like the sound. Like I listen to music, and I'd be like, bro, like how are artists able to take a sound with the production and make it into something bigger? Like, and you will see like how concerts, you'll see how some artists, they'll take, the concerts are just like energy. It's just straight energy. And I'll be like, is it the beat? Is it the artist? Like, what is it? What's that, like, the it factor? The it factor.
Like, okay.
And like, for a while, I used to think it was the production. And then for a while, I used to think it was the artist, but then I noticed it was everything.
It had to be that magical combination.
Exactly. And that's why I found it with Cuban. Like, we would be locked in, and it was just both of us. Like, I'd be like, oh my, bro, we'd be in the studio. We'd be like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
so for you, Cuban, when did you notice music was your thing?
I would say I noticed because like I said, I was like listening to a lot of artists. So it was like I was always listening to different approaches of music, like from soft rock, R&B, you know, hip hop, rap, definitely, you know. But like I've always used to be like taking like, I be even in high school, like even on the bus, I just be listening to music and I be thinking like, damn, like I wonder how I could do this, how I could make something out of this shit. And at that time, I was just thinking like, oh, I'm just talking out my ass. Like I'm probably gonna go to college or do something, you know. But I just stuck with it, like, cause I knew like in the end something's gonna play out.
Yeah. That shit came out hard.
Man,
bro. He showed me this, like, you know who Rod Wave is?
Yeah, of course.
Right, you know. He showed me this song that he did, Letter from Houston. You know that song?
That's my song. I love that song.
Yo, he remixed that joint. Bro, like, it was crazy. I was like, I don't know why he ain't released it. I was like, bro, you know who Tusi is? He remixed Love Is by Tusi. I swear, I almost cried when I
gotta, it sounds like you gotta start doing like some Tory Lanez, Lil Wayne type shit where it's like you take somebody else's song and pretty much make it your own. Like, make that a little mixtape type joint. Like, it's only right.
Well, I try to like make everything like my way. Like, I don't want to bite off nobody, you know? I always stay unique to myself, you know. I feel like the more like you bite off somebody, you're not gonna get that authentic sound. You know, I'm gonna do this professionally, like in the way that I know, you know.
So when it comes to the sound you guys are creating, how would you define that? Or can you even define it?
Right? Can we even define that?
No, that's funny because that's a question that I always ask him, bro. Like, what do you think the music, like our genre of music is like? It's very hard to tell, you know.
Facts.
It's very hard to tell.
Like one day we'll be like, we'll do some melodic, and then we'll do like rage, and then we'll do plug and B.
Yeah.
It's like by the feeling. It's like we'll be locked in the studio. I'll send him a beat. Now before we lock in the studio, I'll send him a beat. He'd be like, bro, that's it. And then he'll be like, text me one day. He'd be like, let's lock in. And then that's when he'll tell me, like, because he don't ever tell me which ones he has written until the day of, like, and then.
So that's how it works. Like, you'll sit around, create some beats, send it up to him. He'll take his time, and then y'all come together in the studio and really bring it all together.
Yeah.
So, are you writing your songs, or like you're creating like little references and then coming in and punching and off of that? Like, how do you?
Like, when I come into the studio, like I'm already like prepared, you know. I have my songs written, you know. Sometimes I freestyle, but I feel like my song is more polished, better when I write it, you know.
Okay, that was one of my questions. If you did punch in, like which did you feel gave you the best product?
Yeah.
And when it comes to him coming into the studio, do you prefer for him to be like prepared where y'all can get shit knocked out, or do you like when he comes in and it's just like a creative session where it's like, I'm gonna play this beat, bro, just start freestyling? Like, what do you prefer?
What do I polished, like writing, because he was the first artist that I ever met that came in written. The stuff was written down, and like I was surprised how prepared he was. I was so surprised. I was like, man, this dude's professional. Like, this is professional.
He had a great impression.
Yeah. What? Because he came in and he had everything written down. We would get like like it will take like I remember having some sessions. It'll take like 2 hours for one person to get one song done. We already got 3 songs done in a matter of 2 hours.
So it's like
boom, boom, boom,
non-stop. Like, all right, bro, got that.
Yeah.
And it's like, for you, since you, like you said, you write your songs, you're already thinking about when you want to put the melody in or when you want to ad-lib here and what you want to say. So it really does make the process get your money's worth when it comes to, studio time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you produced on all of his projects, or when did you guys start to collab together?
After his what was the melodic one you dropped?
Like, what you mean, bro?
The project.
Oh, we did ONSOMINA. So
that was your first project together?
Yeah,
that was like the first collab.
Yeah, that was our first collab. Yep.
And what was the process on that? Like, how long did it take to put that together? Did you actually create it from scratch, or did you just go back in from a batch of songs you already had? Like, how did that work?
I feel as though, like, the way we made that album was, like, unexpected. Because I remember we was just recording at his place, and we only did, like, one song. And it was the intro.
Yeah.
The intro of our album, and we did that, we recorded it. I told him, I'm like, yo, bro, like, say we do, like, an album of this shit, you know what I mean? Like, how that's gonna play out. And then we was like, all right, doo-doo, made that happen. And then it was like, we just did like it was like 11 songs on it.
Yeah, but we recorded them quick.
Really quick.
Like 4 months.
It was 10 songs on that one.
Yeah, and he did them quick. And then we started recording the deluxe like in April. But we already had, the deluxe was like through the summer. We were just working on the deluxe through the summer.
Yeah, because y'all released that in August of 22.
Yep.
So what was y'all favorite song off of that project?
On Go.
You like On Go, bro?
Yeah, On Go.
For real, like, I love my music. I love all of them equal. But I would say off that album, my favorite had to be Planetary. Like, that represented a lot about the album as a whole, I think, But On Go was a dope-ass track, too, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
So for the fans, like, when you go and look it up, if you see the album cover, it's like kind of a lot going on in a sense. It looks like there's a rager in the middle of the city. Look like somebody might be, I don't know, falling. I don't know what's going on. So what was the vibe with that artwork you guys were trying to go for?
It's like he's like getting sucked up by aliens.
Okay, so okay, there it is. I see the spaceship. Boom.
So like, but he's performing while he's doing it. So like, so it's supposed to like represent like he out of space. Like he not here. He's on a different type of time.
Yeah, and I noticed, just like you said, like, just from looking back on the project and stuff, like, your artwork, your cover art, all that, like, the songs, EPs, it seems like it's really all thought out. Like, so, when you decided to be an artist, was that a conscious decision to be so on top of shit, or did you have to learn that through trials and tribulations?
Well, I feel as though, like, both. Like, even through the trials and tribulations, that, like, defined me to take my shit serious. So, in every way possible, I try to make, like, my cover arts, my snippets, all my songs had to be professional, top notch. You know what I mean? Like, industry status.
Right, yeah, industry standard, most definitely.
So, what do you think is going to take for you guys to be able to separate yourself from the pack and, make a name for yourselves?
Marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah. I feel like half of the music game is marketing. And
for the fans who might not be as savvy, like, by marketing, do you mean, like, constantly being on social media, the way you dress? Like, in your mind, what is marketing?
Everything. So, the way he presents himself, how he interacts with his fans, how he performs, how he drops, I feel like all of that got into play. Like, you'll see certain artists, you'll see some of these big cats, they got their formula already. And like, but they lasting. But then you'll see certain cats that like they blow up, but they don't last. Yeah. And like one thing that he told me when we was on the phone one day, he was like, I want to last. And I was like, bro, I'm trying to last too. Like, we in this to last. We in this to there's cats that in the game, like, look at Drake. Look at Drake. He in one of his early interviews, he said, he was just like, this game is marketing. Like, look at 50 Cent when he was popping. Yep. And I think marketing is everything. I think it's
Like you said, half of the work.
half of the work. Yeah,
Like
half of the
it's
work.
like marketing has to cover like the theme of your music, the niche of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what that says about your character. But I feel like all my projects has been like a percentage of what I really got to show, you know? So it's not like my full potential. You feel me?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
intentional, or you think it's just part of the growing process?
Yeah, part of the growing process.
He be working hard.
So, if you could get a feature from anybody in the industry right now, who would it be and why?
Who would it be? That's a good. I don't even know who you would get a feature
Like,
from.
like for like underground or like artists we know.
Anybody you let's go industry wise right now.
Okay.
Like you feel like that
Shit.
feature would take you like to stardom.
Man, I would say that's a good ass question. I feel as though like an artist I would love to work with in the industry, and that matches like my type of music. I would say Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
I
Yo,
would
tell me
say
why I
Lil
was thinking
Durk.
Lil Durk in my head.
Cause like his music, I mean, from like Signed to the Streets, like the first project he came out with, his first debut album, I think, and like from that throughout, like he really embodied that street personification. But like in a way, it's like energetic. It was
I would
like
say he elevated the sound in a way like
Yeah.
it wasn't just what we were used to with the Chief Keef.
yeah.
Because he was on that, but then it's like something switched. Like
Mhm.
he started making melodic music and
that soul music.
for
Right.
the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Rare.
If you could produce for any artist in the industry, who would you pick?
Either Lil Baby or either Lil Baby or Dirk. Yeah, either Lil Baby. But I think I'd pick Lil Baby just cause like I like what Lil Baby about. I like what he about.
Yeah, I would just listen to him on the way here. Actually,
For real.
when I'm on my way to work and stuff, I'll be putting on like Lil Baby because he make you feel like you like
Yeah, right.
like I'm a boss out here. Fuck these niggas. Like,
Yeah, like you on a mission. You on a
Yeah,
mission.
nothing, like-
yeah, you can't tell me shit.
so, which artists in the area would you see yourself doing a feature with if you haven't, or if you have, working with them again?
You want to answer that, bro?
Me, either Lil Reek. I've been trying a lot. I want to make that happen. Or no, Lil Reek. Yeah,
I like Lil Reek.
Yeah, Lil Reek.
I would say like somebody I would see myself working with, cause like I've done like songs with HBK. So you know
Shout
what I mean?
out HBK De Niro.
Yeah, shout out HBK De Niro. But I made some songs with him. I would say I see myself making a song with what's his name, man? Bro, what's Prospect? Prospect.
Yeah.
He's an artist from New Jersey.
Okay, I think that up on him. I have to check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out Prospect.
Yeah, he just performed for Famous Dex too. He just opened
Nah,
for
he's
him.
going crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, he just opened for Dex. So
It's
he
a lot
going
of.
crazy.
That's why I'm trying to like expand out into these different areas. So I'm glad y'all got family and stuff other places
Yeah.
because they gonna watch this. I'm like, oh, tell them check out. If y'all watching this, when y'all watching this, city artists out there, tap in.
Yeah.
I'll travel.
Nah, most definitely. You already know.
But so for you guys, I feel like we're painting a good picture of you as a duo, you as individuals, as well as musically. But well, let me rephrase this. When you think about what you guys have put out now and where you're at, where would you place yourself like in the area as far as, are you still on a rise with making a name for yourself, or do you feel like y'all established and just building on the rap you already have? Like, where would you guys say you're at right now?
Oh, I would say like where we at right now. I feel like we on a different stature than most other people. I would say, we get straight to the point.
Okay.
Like it's all about business with us. Even when we record, we do our video shoots. Like it's always like top notch. It gotta be on point.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys learned on the journey so far?
Patience. patience. My journey a little bit different from his, but I went through a lot of trial tribulations just learning how to engineer. Trying to see how I could get better, how I could get my beats better, how I can get the engineering better, how I could just be a better like communicator, just like with trying to lock in with different artists, collabing. Yeah.
So when it comes to that, because you just sparked the question, like, are you like reaching out to these artists, like saying like, "Yo, let's work"? Like, how do you approach them? And if they don't respond, like, does that like deter you from working with them in the future?
I'll just ask them. I'll be like, it depends if I like their music. I want to like their music, you know. Like, if I like their music, I'm a DM. Be like, "Yo, bro, let's work. I got beats. I'm gonna send it through." But usually, like, if they don't answer, like, you know, they might be busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got lives and stuff, so.
I feel as though it's like, it gotta be like mutual, you know? Like for me, like I would say like, me like working like with different artists, I won't see that because who I work with is very minimum, you know? I always like record on my own. I come to the studio on my own, like, so it's like I always like carried myself to make sure that like everything gotta be top notch, you know, and professional, because it says a lot about my character and what I do with this music shit.
So has there ever been a situation where you turned down somebody because you don't like their music, or you don't like, you know, what they got going on?
It really depends. Usually, for the most part, I usually won't turn people down. It depends. Like, it really depends. There has been people where like I just don't want to work with cause certain stuff happened, and like they just broke a code that like I hold value, and then I'll be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna work with you." But
and I respect that because you gotta have morals.
Right, you guys too.
And stand on something. Like, $1 can't change everything.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Like, it don't matter if you gonna offer me bread. Like, if you broke something I hold value,
because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep thinking about how I took the money. Like, I'm gonna think less of myself. So
exactly. Like,
I'd rather not even cross that bridge.
Right.
I won't say like I turn somebody down. Like, I don't never like turn somebody down, because at the end of the day, we all got the same goal. But it's like, I'm very mindful, you know? Like, I can't just work with somebody that has less of a work ethic than me, you know? Like I said, like, we got predators with this shit, like, because really the industry will not give a fuck about you. So you really gotta make your name out there. You gotta show your worth, make your appearances be known. Like, that's the type of time I'm on. So it's like, if you're not on that grind, if you're not on that time, then I can't be with you. I can't be around you.
Right. Do you think people are shocked by you carrying yourself with such, you know, professionalism and, you know, knowing your worth?
I feel like people will get like dislike that in a way.
They do. Like,
yeah, like they don't like people that are different. I think different. Man. I'm not always in the mix with people. Like, I don't go to like clubs and shit like that. Like, I told him, like, if I go to a club, I gotta be the main like host. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
they gotta be playing our music.
Like,
they gotta be playing our music. It's like they gotta be playing our shit.
Like,
we need to hear the DJ say something. Yeah. But like, there's certain sacrifices even I'll take though. Like, I remember the one time I went to the club, but that was because like I was observing how it worked. I was seeing how it worked. I was seeing how the DJ was spinning. I was seeing how people interacted with the music. I was seeing what people are dancing to, what people aren't dancing to. And like, but I'll be telling Cuban that, I'll be like, "Yo, bro, yeah, I just went here, but like, I'm in there with a different motive. I ain't there to just like fuck around, get drunk, all that. Nah, like,
you're here to observe, learn something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm there to really learn, cause I'm gonna be somebody who owning it one day. Feel me? I'm gonna be somebody who owning it, and I need to know how to be ahead of the competition."
So, when it comes to business, as far as, you know, knowing how to conduct it and carry yourself, like, are you also mindful when it does come that time where the major labels are offering, and like, how do you feel like you're going to handle them situations? Because, you know, 9 times out of 10 they're coming with giving you the short end of the stick. So it's like,
Yeah.
They say all the time, oh, don't take the bad deals, but then I can also see how, like, this could be my one opportunity and I can turn it into something better, you know, down the line. Like, you know, my rookie contract, and when I ball out, you know, get the signing bonus and shit. So how do you think about that, and what would you do in them situations?
For real, because like I've been reading this book that Laurent been, you know what I mean, been showing me to read. It's called Curtis Jackson, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smart. And basically he was saying that, like, don't be afraid to take the signing bonus even if it looks short, because long term it's gonna give you a great deal, you know. So I've always looked at it like, because me, I'm independent. I don't want to like lose my rights of my music to somebody that's not really comfortable with who I am. And on top of that, won't spend no time like with me as an artist and as a person. So I would say like if I get like a cosign from like a major label, I would have to get 80%. Why they get 20? Because 21 Savage be on that type of time.
I'm saying that's like 21 Savage did that, but
that's that,
you know, to be able to come and ask for them type of deals, you gotta come with your own type of stats to match me asking for that. Like 21 said, when they came trying to offer him, he already had a platinum album. So it's like, what you gonna do for me? Like, so
definitely he came in smart too. Cause he was supposed to sign. He was asking T.I. for
$1 million or some shit like that back in the day, and T.I. was like, he wasn't
wait it out. Wait until he get a platform. Wait until he get a fan base, and then get signed. Cause then you gonna have some leverage with the label, and that's his plan. Like,
and that's why I appreciate like all the podcasts and the artists just giving as much knowledge as they can, because, bro, half the stuff we need to know. They gatekeeping the knowledge. Like, if you just tell us, this could stop so much bad deals, 360, like people selling out for a couple chains, like, so.
Like, most label artists would, like, not last. Like, you would see, like, they'll have a good, like, 2-year run, and then you won't see them no more.
That's because music is fickle, for real. That's why you gotta be able to have different skills in it, like the fact that you can write. Okay, now I can be a songwriter. The fact they don't want to see me perform on my song. What if they like him singing it? Like, still get the bag off of it.
Still get that bag.
So it's like, be multi-talented. That was one of my questions. Like, do you guys like have any hidden musical talents? Like, do you play the piano or anything like that?
I know music theory.
What's that?
It's like knowing how to read music.
Like all music? Like sheet music?
Yeah, like I can read sheet music.
Okay.
Like I know like stats and stuff like that. Like,
for any instrument?
Not for any instrument, nah, like piano. Okay. It's like sheet music is like I have to show you. I used to play the flute, but I don't know if I was playing like sheet music. I just remember we was in music class and there was some shit on the paper. Yeah, that's sheet music.
Oh,
yeah, that's sheet music. So then you know, that's sheet music.
You gotta read the different notes,
different
keys.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the two instruments I played was the acoustic guitar and the drums. But like the acoustic guitar, I took that in class, you know. So I was like learning how to read the sheet and shit. So then going with the strums, you know, because fun fact, like if you play the electric guitar first, that's a quick way for you to mess up your fingers before starting with the acoustic.
What's the difference?
Basically, like the strings of the acoustic is much more like bland than it is with the electric. Like you won't like actually strum that motherfucker.
With the acoustic?
Nah, with the electric.
With the electric?
You really gotta like use.
Is that why you use that pick? You use the pick and then
bro.
They be holding that thing.
Yeah, it's a big difference, man.
Shit, just tell me some shit. That's why I like these interviews. Learn something new every day. So, in 5 years, could you see yourself still doing music? If you personally haven't advanced to where you want to be?
That's not an option.
Like, not advancing to where you want to be, or not doing it.
That's the only option I have is to advance.
Yeah.
I can't have that mindset of what if this ain't gonna work, what if that ain't gonna work. Yeah. My only option is advancing. Yeah. My only option is to make sure it happens. I gotta discipline myself. There's gonna be stuff I'm gonna have to sacrifice. There's gonna be times where I'm gonna be broke. Yeah. There's already been times where I've been broke. But you gotta sacrifice for it. No. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, you ain't gonna get nothing in return. Me coming into the music game, I understood very clearly that I'm gonna have to sacrifice. But I understood at the same time that I was willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Cause I see a vision. Both of us see a vision.
Straight up.
We both see a vision, and that's what we're gonna chase after.
Fact. Like within these 5 years, like I cannot see myself not doing what I love, you know? Like I hope, and I better still be doing what I'm doing right now, because at the end of the day, like for me to be able to continue to push out this dream, it's like nobody else is gonna understand but you. You feel me? So for me to carry out this will and this dream I got, it don't matter how long it takes, as long as we get to the finish line, you know what I mean? So
That's interesting. So what can we expect next from you guys?
you want to speak on that?
We got a collab tape coming up.
Yeah.
We got a collab tape. This is gonna be like my rapping debut. Like I'm
spitting.
Yeah, I'm spitting.
You got a name for it yet?
We got a couple. We thinking of
Just on the
something.
board.
We're still in the thinking process.
But we gonna remain active. Like
What's that mean?
active.
Like
active.
Active. But it sound cooler when it's in
Yeah,
Spanish.
I like
Like, it sound cooler in Spanish. Like
Okay, bilingual. Flexing on me and shit.
nah. But yeah, we doing that. That's gonna be a little short EP. That one's gonna be dope. But we want the quality to be higher. Like we want the quality to be better.
So there's like no rush on the release date or?
Nah. We're gonna take our time on it.
Well, what I could say is that from the projects that we had done prior and the songs we've done, this collab tape is gonna be a lot more better. It's gonna be a lot more new music. You know what I mean? Because the way we work, we already have songs that have been done like months ago, and it's like already gonna be on the tape. So like we've been finished like the product of the work, but it's just like now we gotta prepare cover art,
the marketing, like you said, do
stuff like that.
The business side of it.
Yeah, the business side of it.
So I just have another question. Like, so are you guys looking to like expand as far as like finding management, just creating like an in-house team at all?
We actually already working on it. We actually working on getting an in-house team, working on having like people, creatives.
Yeah.
Like we want to get some producers in, want people to engineer so we can kind of focus on what we got to focus on, have somebody else take place in certain parts. Right now, we definitely want to find like a marketer and management, of course. However, you know, we always got to keep in mind for who you're bringing into your team. You know, you always got to be mindful of who you're bringing into your team. So that's like one thing.
And on top of that, it's like, cause we both like self-made. Like I have my own brand, he has his own brand. Like, so we know what to expect. Like for me, like I got to like be able to like, I would say like me being able to be in touch with my brand. Like I gotta like know who gonna be able to like manage me. Cause like if it's somebody that I know personally, then I can see, okay, cool. But if it's like an A&R or somebody that I haven't got no personal in touch with, I can't like, cause I'm looking to grow. Yeah, like I'm looking to grow like my team. Like we both self-made, but like we already have like people that are willing to be able to be involved with what we got going on, and like young creators, like.
Definitely. So, in closing, what do you want the fans to take away from this interview?
Go ahead, bro.
You leaving me with other questions. Chase your dreams, work hard, and Cuban and Laurent's up next. That's straight up.
Never be afraid to do what you love. Like, always be 100%. Matter of fact, not even 100, 110%.
110%.
Always know what you want to work for, what you're striving for, because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to understand that but you. Always be yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
you should have answered the question instead of me.
Now you both did good. You both did good.
I gotta put my boy on it.
Yeah.
It's my brother. Man.
Yeah, real rad.
Nah, this is another good conversation. I appreciate you guys for coming through and sitting down and talking to us.
Thank you.
Everybody tuning in, make sure you like, subscribe, and go follow Laurent and Cuban 8 times on all social platforms. Link will be below. It's your girl Big T, Cloudy Conversations, and we are out.
I will go in peace.